All right. You are probably wondering about what backpack to get for Europe for a multi week, maybe month, 2 months of a trip. We're going to dig into it here in just 1 second. Go to Europe. You want to go for a few weeks, maybe a couple of months. I don't know. And you need to pick a backpack. And you've never done this before. You're trying to figure out what to pick and how much to spend and what features matter. You also want to keep it simple so that it's an easy vacation. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about the size of the bag, the features of the bag, and the comfort of the bag. In other videos, we will dig into the types of things that you're going to want to take with you and the types of things that you don't want to take with you. Let's start with the size. Size matters, right, ladies? Yeah, maybe? I don't know. So you can go and possibly want to take everything that you would ever need so that you are completely taken care of and covered on your trip. You get the 65-liter bag. You have to check it. You have to do all the things that go along with that. You have the possibility of losing the bag. So I would not recommend going with the 65-liter bag. I would get something smaller. And then you can go to the complete opposite side of that, and where you get like a 25 or 30-liter bag. And sure, you're going to be able to take it anywhere on any transport. You're going to be totally fine. But you might not have everything that you really need. It's going to be packed to the max. So that's a tough bag to go with, in my opinion. So after some research, the size of bag that you're going to be able to take not only internationally on your flight, but you're also going to be able to take it on some of the smaller flights within Europe, like Ryanair and EasyJet, is a 40-liter bag. So I ended up going with a 40-liter bag for our trip last summer and for the upcoming trip that we have this summer. It's very nicely built. It's super comfortable, and we'll dig into some of that in a second. But 40 liter is what I would recommend. The next thing you need to look at is how you access your all of the stuff that you brought with you. How do you access it, right? So they have a few different types of bags. You have one that zips open from the top about halfway down. You can fold it open and kind of get to things. They have some that roll at the top, a little bit more weatherproof, but you have a little tiny hole to dig in and get stuff. And then you have a clamshell, which is what I went with, which opens like a suitcase, and they're zipped closed on the sides. So it's really easy to organize, really easy to access everything that you're going to need and everything that you take with you. All right, so let me show you that actually. So you have this Eagle Creek pack, which is fantastic. It opens right up. You have these zippers to sort of keep things enclosed on each side, right? So that's your clamshell. The next thing you need to know, you want to be able to organize things, right? So not only your clothing, and maybe you brought some a drone with you or some GoPros, whatever. You want to organize all that stuff inside the pack. And then you have things that you want to get access to a little bit quicker, like your passport, your AirPods, allergy medicine, whatever, different things like that. So you want to have some easy access exterior spots to put your things. So this is another good example of why I picked this bag. Is you have these two little side pockets here that you can open up. Great for the passport. You can actually zip this up and connect a lock to that, so you can lock it, keep it safe. put some allergy medicine in here, AirPods, whatever, stuff like that. It's fantastic. You can also make sure that you have some carabiners that you can connect. Some backs don't have places to connect carabiners, and you're going to want that. I also want to go to put a water bottle in here because it's going to save you a lot of money and prevent you from throwing a lot of plastic into the trash. So there's a little bit about the organization of it. This thing here, which I didn't think I would use, it's a little netted air open pocket. It's actually fantastic to throw in like wet swimming trunks. You ran to the beach randomly and jumped in and came out and changed back into your shorts. Didn't know where to put them. You didn't want to put them in with your dry clothes, right? Because everything's going to stink. You need that. So you get this little pocket. It's perfect. All right. Now, you need to take water shoes, especially if you're going places where there's beaches or rocky beaches. This pack has a nice little slot to throw some water shoes into, keeps it separate from everything, which is really nice. And last but not least, it's going to rain at some point. It's going to rain. This pack here has one built in. It's a little rain fly that will go right up over top of it. Really easy, takes 3 seconds. If your pack that you buy doesn't have that, buy one. You'll be happy to have dry clothes. Buy that. A few other things that you're going to want to look for is you want comfort, right? You're going to wear this. You're going to have a bunch of stuff in it. You're going to be walking around who knows how long with the pack on your back. Thick shoulder straps, nice and cushiony, very important. Nice waist pack, also nice and thick, very adjustable, very important. This one in particular I thought was pretty cool. It has the normal tightening strap down here, but you also have one up near the shoulders that pulls the top of that pack into your neck area, and it just balances everything out. That's really nice. And you also have like a nice vented padding back here, so if you're, say, in Rome, it's going to be hot in July, you're going to want as much air flowing as possible. Those things are all important. When you think about cost, you're going to spend a few $1,000s, right, going to Europe for a month. Don't skimp out on your backpack. Yes, you could go buy a $50 one, but the zippers are probably going to break over that amount of time, that amount of stress on them. I've also seen packs that are like $600. I did not go that route. Get something in the middle of the road. So these packs were $230 a piece, and they're fantastic. Strong backpacks. They're going to last several more trips. I've already had this pack on probably a dozen trips, and expect it to go on at least a dozen or two more. So spend a little bit of money. Don't blow your budget, but don't cheap out. All right. In some upcoming videos, we're going to talk about things to consider when you fly. A little bit of information about hostels in Europe. We're going to talk about things you should know about languages in certain countries that might help you have a more successful trip. And we'll talk about trains, and trains are hard. Sometimes easy, but there's some confusing bits of it that you need to know about. And then, of course, always remember, things aren't going to go perfectly as planned. Just live in the moment. Enjoy it. When it gets screwed up, whatever happens next, some of the best memories we had on our trips have been when something didn't go as planned, and we ended up doing something totally different, and it ended up being epic. So just enjoy it all.